If your social life still sucks in 2026, it's time to make a change. And I'm not talking about following the usual crappy recycled advice that you get in most videos. Like, just smile, bro. Just be yourself. No, that's bullshit advice. This video is different, so right now I want you to go grab a notebook and a pen so you can take notes. Right. For your own benefit, I hope you have it. Let's get into it. I used to watch like a fuck ton of videos about socializing. Just like most other people who want to improve at that. I watched all the mainstream channels, all of the biggest videos, the most popular ones, the ones that were meant to be most helpful, right? The thing about them is that they're not really helpful. And you've got to really think about it. Like, these videos have a fuck ton of views. Why? Well, people must enjoy watching the video. But the brutal truth is that if you get advice that's good for you, you're probably not going to enjoy it. Because you're probably going to have to make some sort of sacrifice. And people don't want to do that. People want comfort. So the fact that these videos have so many views, they've got millions and millions of views, that just kind of indicates that they're comfortable videos, right? Now, there was one problem with watching all these videos. And the problem was that there was no foundation. I was trying to improve social skills, but I didn't have any social skills. Like, how can you build a house without a foundation? You can't. You've heard this analogy a billion times. You think it's so cliche and cringe, but the thing is, it's fucking true. Otherwise, nobody would use it. Just think about that for a second. If you don't have a foundation, what's going to happen to the building? It's going to collapse. So if you don't have a base of social skills, what's going to happen to them? They're going to collapse. If you try to use all these run-of-the-mill YouTube videos to try to improve your social life, but there's no social life in the first place. So what you've got to do is build a foundation. And I found out exactly how to do this. And it's really fucking easy. It's basically just starting small as fuck and working your way up incrementally as you get better. It's progressive overload. It's like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, day one, you're going to be weak as fuck. You won't be able to lift much at all. Unless you're some genetic freak, which most people aren't. Like, it just doesn't work. But genetic freaks don't apply to building habits. So everyone has to start small. So you start small. You talk to one person every day. One new person that you've never even seen in your life. Okay? So a complete stranger. And you can just say one word to them. It doesn't have to be much, honestly. You could say hello. You could say good morning. You could say something about the weather. Like, just don't make it complicated, bro. I know it's boring, it might be. It is boring. But you've got to start somewhere. You can't expect to say some, like, wizardry shit that makes all the girls come to you and all the guys fucking respect you. Like, it just doesn't work like that. So you start small, you say something boring, simple, and you say it to old people. Because the thing with old people is that they're super easy to talk to. Like, the older people get, I swear to God, they incrementally get easier to talk to. And it's like exponential too. Actually, I find there's a certain age range where people are difficult to talk to. Like, little kids, of course you probably shouldn't be talking to little kids, but little kids, they don't care. They're not really very self-conscious. So they're pretty easy to talk to. And it's exactly the same with old people. But then there's this kind of awkward group in the middle. I'd say ages like 10 to, I don't know, maybe 20, 10 to 20. It's probably not exactly that, but who cares? They're much more difficult to talk to because they're much more self-conscious. You see, after 20 and before 10, people kind of care less about themselves. Like, they care about themselves, but in a different way. Like, they're less self-conscious and insecure, which is good. You can use that as an advantage to make stuff easier for yourself. And bro, don't, like, just fucking lower your ego. I made this mistake so many times. I thought I was God, and I would go try to do the most absurd shit. And it didn't work out. Like, the only way I improved my social skills was starting small. So do that. And once you're talking to one person a day, you've got to progressively overload it. I talked about this before, I didn't quite get into it. But what I was going to say before was that you increase it. You increase the difficulty every time you get stronger. So it's like going to the gym and doing bench press. Day 1, you lift the bar. Day 2, you lift the bar. Maybe a week or 2 later, you can lift one tiny little 5 kg plate on each side. And 2 months after that, you put a 10 kg plate on. And so on. You've got to progressively overload to what your level is. So you can't just talk to one person every day, even if they're a stranger and you have like a really deep conversation. You can't just do that every day for the rest of your life and expect to improve. You've got to scale it up. So what I would suggest you do is do that thing of talking to a person every day. Do that for, I don't know, 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks are up, you can increase the load. So you can make it more difficult. And an easy way to make it more difficult is to add an extra person. So maybe you talk to 2 people, or 3, or 4, or 5. Don't go past 5, I would suggest. But just going past 1. You have to go past 1 in order to make progress. And honestly, it isn't difficult. Like, you will want to talk to more than one person. If you're a social person, or you really, really want to be a social person, like you've got that fucking drive in you to level up, then you will get the motivation to talk to more people as soon as you talk to a single person. And once you've talked to about 5 people within a couple of minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, you'll get into the social flow state. And once you're in the social flow state, it becomes so much easier, bro. Holy shit, like, you can talk to anyone, I swear. It's just so easy. But again, you can't get there unless you start small and level up slowly. Oh shit. Anyway, I hope this video helped you, bro. Click the link in the description if you want to join a community of guys who are all leveling up their social skills. There's no downside to it. You can leave whenever you want. It's free. Yep. It's pretty sick, bro.